When dealing with vulnerable road users, what is important to remember? They do not have any protection, unlike drivers or passengers in the car. These are used to indicate the road user's actions which they must take. Mandatory signs.
When driving through a flood, it is important to be both cautious and courteous. If a variable message sign, or VMS, shows a speed limit, that speed limit takes priority during that time.
What is one way of telling that you are becoming a more skilled driver? If you are driving at a time when you would normally have been sleeping.
With exit direction signs, the white exit panel means this lane moves away from the main carriageway.
What is the proper behaviour when you encounter this sign? Extreme caution, limit speed to 40 kilometers per hour.
Avoid conflict with other road users by giving way, even if you have the priority sometimes.
If this system is activated during harsh braking, the driver will feel brake pedal pulsation. Anti-lock brake system. What does this sign mean? Parking for bicycles.
Some actions will make driving in fog more dangerous, like stopping in the middle of the road.
Tram movement have priority over other road users in the tram right-of-way, except army vehicles when moving in convoy.
When making U-turns, the left indicator must be turned on.
You are driving vehicle A. How should you manage the driving risk? Wait until you can see where the cyclist is going.
This sign warns that you are approaching a school zone. This sign means you must keep to the left.
When driving on busy streets, be particularly alert for people trying to cross and walking from front or behind vehicles that are stopped or moving slowly. There is a collision ahead and you see an ambulance with lights and sirens activated. How do you deal with it? Allow it to pass by giving way to it. When dealing with pedestrians, it is important to remember that pedestrians have the priority.
You are in a crash. The police are not in attendance. Someone is injured. What should you do? Report the crash to the nearest police station.
As a pedestrian, what should you do if you see or hear an emergency vehicle? Do not use the pedestrian crossing. Flashing yellow lights are sometimes used at pedestrian crossings. It means proceed with caution and look out for pedestrians.
Which of these signs means cyclists are prohibited?
The Sheikh Mohammed program inside the Dubai Police app is meant for tracking your fitness.
You are driving on a multi-lane freeway. When should you drive in the left lane? Only to overtake. You are driving vehicle A. Which vehicles are in your blind spot? Vehicle B and the motorcycle rider. In good conditions, you should leave at least a 2-second gap between you and the car in front. When should you leave a larger gap? When the driving conditions are poor, such as sandstorms or rain.
When giving way to emergency vehicles, it is not allowed to use the road shoulders. Since you are driving for a short distance, there is a need to wear a seatbelt.
Looking at the diagram, which vehicle can turn first? Vehicle B.
The roundabout shows left direction of travel. Are you allowed to turn right here? Yes.
You are driving vehicle A. When can you safely turn right? When vehicle B has slowed down and is starting to turn right.
You start losing focus and drift across another lane. It is time to take a break from your driving.
What does this sign mean? Move to the left lane. You are driving vehicle A. What should you do as you enter the freeway? Adjust your speed to match the freeway traffic.
When dealing with pedestrians, drivers must give way always.
Why should you exercise patience when following a slow-moving truck? Its load may be too heavy to move faster. When dealing with tram movement, priority is always given to tram. When towing a trailer, sudden lane changes or swerving can lead to uncontrolled sideways movement or swaying. This warning sign warns the drivers to check and be aware of the maximum width of their vehicle.
Which sign will be displayed in a triangular shape? Low-flying aircraft ahead.
You are driving along a road with overhead lane signals as shown in the diagram. Which lane are you permitted to use? Any lane under a green or white arrow.
Circular traffic signs with a blue background are used for mandatory signs.
If you are trying to report a traffic accident using the Dubai Police app, what safety message will you see on the app? Move to safe location. Do not obstruct traffic.
Which vehicle must give way? Vehicle B.
To obtain a police clearance certificate, under which service category on the Dubai Police app will you find this? Certificates and permits. A red light means stop. Do not enter the intersection. The green light means proceed if safe to do so and if exit is clear. In case of collision, those involved must find a safest place immediately. A sign indicating the lane is reserved for bicycles. What should you do to avoid being fined? Switch to another lane immediately and safely. If you are involved in a crash, turn your hazard lights on, exit your vehicle carefully and wear high visibility jacket if possible.
Proper use of indicators will show you take into consideration all other road users. Dangers in driving in fog can be minimized by keeping windows and mirrors clean. Driving through flooded areas require drivers to be extra cautious because it is difficult to guess how deep the water is.
Some of the key safety points for car seats. Restrain your child on every trip, every time, and keep in the back seat.
What does this sign mean? No right turn. Driving in a relaxed manner can be achieved by driving in the slow lane when possible.
With the adaptive cruise control engaged, the driver still needs to brake to avoid collision with the vehicle in front.
Which vehicle should signal to leave the roundabout if practical? Both Vehicle A and Vehicle B.
Which sign means you may pass on either side of the road?
What can happen if another road user throws garbage or debris on the roadway? A chain collision can happen.